Why did German colonies fall so quickly in World War I? Imagine waking up to find your overseas empire under attack with no warning. That's what happened to Germany's colonies at the start of the war. It was a sudden and swift collapse. Why did this happen so fast? Let's break it down. Germany's colonial empire was not as big or as spread out as those of Britain and France. Britain had a huge network of colonies around the world, and France's empire was also extensive. This meant they had more ships, soldiers, and resources ready to defend their territories. Germany's colonies were scattered across Africa, the Pacific, and Asia, making them harder to protect all at once. Another big factor was the German Navy. The German fleet was mainly focused on fighting Britain's Royal Navy in Europe. When the war started, many German ships were not in position to defend colonies overseas. For example, Admiral von Spee's Pacific Fleet had already left to fight in South America, leaving German islands exposed. Japan, allied with Britain, quickly took control of German-held islands like the Mariana, Caroline, and Marshall Islands with little resistance. German Samoa also fell easily to New Zealand forces, and Australian troops captured New Pommern in just a few weeks. The Allies acted fast too. Britain, France, Belgium, and South Africa launched quick attacks on German colonies in Africa. Togoland, a small German territory, was overwhelmed within days because the German defenders were outnumbered. They had to surrender by August 1914. Cameroon took longer, over a year and a half, but the Allies eventually took control. German East Africa fought longer because of General Paul von Lettow-Vorbeck's guerrilla tactics, but even that was not enough to hold out. Geography played a role as well. Many of the colonies of Britain and France were closer to Europe or had better connections by sea. This made it easier for their armies to arrive quickly. Germany's colonies were isolated, far from Europe, and difficult to reinforce or resupply during the chaos of war. Finally, Germany focused most of its military power on fighting in Europe. The Western and Eastern fronts took priority, so less attention and fewer resources were left to defend overseas territories. This made their colonies more vulnerable. In the end, the quick fall of German colonies was due to their small size, scattered locations, lack of naval support, rapid Allied attacks, and Germany's main focus on European battles. All these factors combined to make their overseas empire fall apart early in the war.